welcome back to Denise Dives In. Today we'll be going over the 2019 annual budget. I was kind of on the fence about whether or not to do a video like this just because I've never done an annual budget before, so I didn't know exactly how to go about it. I sketched one in my other Erin Condren, so hopefully I didn't forget anything, and I kind of overestimated and underestimated some things, so like underestimated our income and overestimated our bills and stuff, so we'll see how it goes. I don't want it to be like a complete fail basically at the end of the year, so I think that's why I was a little hesitant to do it. But I always thought that car loans were basically just a part of life. I've always thought that you put your vacations on credit cards. I've always kind of lived this way, and I know it's not the way to be. I just never knew any different. I just thought it was kind of like a way of life, and now that I've began budgeting, it's just so mind-blowing how different it is, how I don't stress about money. We don't get into fights over money. I have been married and divorced. My divorce will be 4 years next month, and I have been with my boyfriend now for 3.5 years, and we recently, since we started budgeting, have been basically considering ourselves a married couple without being married, but we've combined our income, we've combined our debts, we've combined all of this financial stuff, and we've began budgeting. And we are really excited to basically start saving for vacations and start saving for just traveling and things that we want to do to the house and possibly buying a new house. And it's just really exciting to have that sort of like weight lifted off your shoulders. So I did want to see like kind of where we spend all of our money at on a yearly basis. And with that being said, let's just dive right into it. Like I said, me and my boyfriend do consider ourselves a married couple. So what I did to get our income was take our last year's pay, take home pay, and I know that we always get bonuses. We always get an increase in our, what's that called? A raise. Oh my gosh. That word completely lost my brain. We always get raises, and we always get like Christmas bonuses and stuff like that. So basically, because we both work for the same company, it's on Fortune 500's best companies to work for like every single year. I don't foresee us losing our job or anything like that, or being downsized or laid off or anything like that. I basically just didn't assume we were getting a raise, and assumed we were getting the exact same pay that we got this year. And that was with me calling out, with him calling out, like, I definitely assume that our pay will be more because Alex did just get a raise this year. So it should definitely be more than what I'm budgeting. But for estimated income for the both of us, that's not how you spell estimated. Estimated. I'm going to budget $80,000. And that's not with any other type of income. I don't foresee this channel reaching monetization anytime soon, but that's not with any other type of income as well. That's just that income. I technically am supposed to receive child support. That's not in there. That is literally just what we made last year, so I can expect that to be at least what we make next year. And I lowballed that too. I think it was like 83 or 84,000 we made last year. So, like I said, Alex did just get a raise, so it should be at least that, so. But I did lower it just a little bit just in case there was something. And I don't think that, like, when you necessarily do an annual budget, should you account for, like, you breaking your leg and have to be on, like, disability or anything like that. Maybe you should, but I just kind of, like, more so than anything, kind of wanted to see, like, how much we're spending in each kind of, like, category. So hopefully neither of us breaks our leg, because we do have jobs where it's we work at a gas station. We work at QuikTrip, and if we did break our leg, we would have to not work. So, barring that. So I'm just going to basically do our fixed bills first. So fixed bills. And then I'm going to do what their yearly expense is. So our fixed bills, and I'm not going to include any debts in this besides the collection account that Alex has, because the only reason I count that as a bill because it is a collection account. It's not something that I'm gonna go like running off and paying them their debt, whatever. I'm just gonna, if they say, hey, start sending us $100, I'm just gonna start sending them $100. Like right now it's $50 a month. But if they ever decide to raise it or decide that we should be paying them more, that's fine. But I'm just considering it a bill. I'm considering like a utility or something like that. I'm not going to run off and pay them all of their money just because it's an old, like honestly, most collections, most debts like that will fall off your credit report in 7 years. And I think that one's like 6 years old. So I know that one's not going to fall off because we're paying it now, but at the same time, I don't consider it like our debt necessarily. I just consider it another bill. Mortgage for the year, we should be paying $139.24, and that's literally just taking my payment of $928.27 times 12, and then car insurance. My car insurance never goes up necessarily. If it does go up, I call and get somebody else to do our car insurance. So I just took what our bill is right now, so $192 times 12. So that's $2,316. Life insurance should definitely not alter. That is like a set thing. And this is life insurance for Dominic. He has like a different policy than me, but I have a policy and Dominic has a policy, and that annual fee is $460.44. And then SRP is our electricity. And it did recently go down. I might actually want to put more of like a buffer into this account, but I just took the bill times 12 that we have right now. So hopefully we can keep our electric use down, because it used to be like $255 and it just recently went down to $222, and we're on like a monthly budgeted plan. So, and then CenturyLink is our internet, and we're in the price for life, and that's 35 times 12, which is $420. And then HOA, which they just sent us our new stuff for the next year. They're not going up, which is nice. When I first moved here, it was like $72, I want to say, a month. And it went to $82.50. Like the second year I lived here, I was like, dang it. But they haven't increased it again, so that's nice. So that's $9.90. And then the sewer, and if you're doing an annual budget, this is what I would do too. Just go through and take all of your fixed bills. And that's where I would start because they're fixed. You kind of know about them. This one, I just took my 44 that I normally budget times 12. And then go from there because it gets harder, I would say, as you go. Verizon, this should go down. So even though I don't have I'm not overestimating on any of these, this one in all reality should go down because I'll show you below where I'm going to put it as we're paying off Alex's phone. So $17.40. So that's above what it should be because right now the bill's $145, and that's what I took, $145 times 12, and it will go down as soon as we pay that phone off. So I guess the sun decided to come out. That's why we have a shadow now. Netflix, I don't foresee us getting rid of Netflix. That's $11.78 a month, so that will be $141.36. And this is what I was talking about by like seeing how much you actually pay for things a month. If this was like some extreme number, it seems so much bigger when you look at it per year. Like just like with the car insurance, you're like, wow, I pay $2,316 a year on car insurance. I don't know. I just like seeing it like this is kind of like eye-opening a little bit more. Like you'll see when I get to Audible, I'm like, oh my goodness. So this one's $78 because Hulu is relatively inexpensive. And then Audible is more expensive than both Hulu and Netflix combined. So me and Alex both have Audible accounts. We both get a credit each month, and it's $384 a year, which I think that because we don't do a lot of things like entertainment-wise, this isn't that astounding. But if you had like say a music account or something, I've had like Apple Music for the free trial or whatever. And if you're not using that and you see what it costs a year, you might go, I'm not really using that. Should I really be paying that? I don't know. For me, like I did definitely go, wow, I'm spending almost $400 on audiobook credits every single year. So I don't know. It's just something to like look at and see. That's why I kind of was appreciative of doing this. Pest control. This one was kind of not shocking, but just like another like eye opener if perhaps like you did pay for pest control and you could maybe like figure out a different way to do it so that it wasn't so expensive. I pay $65 every other month, so that's $390, which is a hefty little percentage of how much we make and how much that costs every year. But we have scorpions, and I don't know how to prevent scorpions. So when the pest control people are like servicing your house, if you ever see one, they come right out and like take care of things and spray everything again. And we had this one issue where there was bees in the house, and they were here within like an hour. If we didn't have a pest control service, like it would be like, oh well, I can maybe squeeze you in tomorrow, or you know what I'm saying? When you have like that customer base with them, you're gonna like basically be on their priority list. So I really do like having pest control. My mom has never had it her whole life, and as soon as we moved into this house, we had scorpions, and I'm just like, yep, I don't want to have that as an issue. So water, and then the collection is just right now we pay $50 a month towards it, but I'm assuming that they'll be like, okay, well, it's been 6 months, maybe they'll raise that one. I probably should have maybe budgeted a little bit more for that one, but it's okay. Sparklets, and this is another one that you could just like look at and go, well, like, do I need this service? Because this is expensive too, $504 for the waters to be delivered. But when you think about how many water bottles we were buying and how many water bottles we were wasting, I feel like this is a very it's not cheaper, it's a more cost-effective, more cost-efficient way of getting our water. We do live in Arizona. It's a desert. Me and Alex both love water. Like, you don't have to like bribe us to drink water. So Dominic, on the other hand, is a different story. But I don't think that that's horrible for clean drinking water. We don't have good water in Arizona. So the total that we have for the yearly expenses is $22,668.24. And if you divide that by our income, that's about 29% of our spending is on our fixed bills. Now, if you notice, my car loan is not in here. Our car loan is not in here. So we're going to do debt down here as well. So we have debt. because we are still working on paying off all of our debt. And the way that I got the number for this debt, so this is just the optimal loan. So these ones are going to be a little, I don't know if they're actually going to be higher on the loan, but for the Verizon phone, no, you know what? That's wrong still. Anyway, so both of these, I basically just went in and saw what it was to pay them off. The Verizon phone is $525. And the 10-day payoff on the optimal loan was $10,000, a little less than this, but $10,500. So those are our last two debts, basically. The Verizon phone, I don't consider too much of a debt. I just consider it like another bill, because you're basically paying it monthly. It's not getting interest. It's not getting, the taxes, I guess, could be a little bit higher, but that's about it. That would be like a added expense, because like loans and stuff like that, you're paying interest on. So my voice is just like frog sounding. Sorry about that. So we got $11,025 worth of debt we need to pay off this year, and then we will be debt free besides the mortgage. So that's 14%. If you take this divided by our yearly income. So about 14% is going to go towards debt this year. And then on this side, we're going to do like basically everything else. So I'm going to start with budget items. And again, this is just like a good way to see like, wow, I'm spending this much on that. I'm spending this much on that. So budget items, I'm going to skip a line. Budget. And where I got this from is I literally just looked at my monthly budget and I was like, okay, we're just going to take these numbers and we're going to divide them by 12 or however they come out per se. So budget items and then yearly expense. So we've got groceries first. And I do like the $85 per week. So I'm going to stick with that, and I put 85 times 52 because that's how many weeks are in a year. I was like, what did I times it by? So 4,420. Yeah, I think 85 is pretty good for us. And then gas, this is based on $75 per week. I'm not sure yet, but I think Alex might be moving to a closer store to the house. So with that, I definitely think that even though I didn't overestimate this one, it'll be like pretty accurate if I'm pretty sure he'll probably move to that store. So our gas budget could possibly go down even if gas prices go back up. So that's why I didn't like give that one like an extra buffer, just because I think that he'll probably get moved to a closer store. And then eat out, we've got, I did the 35 times, I think I did, yeah, 35 times 52. So that's $1,820. Now, if I go back and look at how much I actually spent on eat out in 2018, I probably am going to be like, oh, dear Lord. But now that we have budgets in place and stuff like that, I think that's a decent number. I don't think that that's too much. I think that that's a relatively inexpensive budget item. If I was to look at that and say, oh, our grocery budget and our eat out budget, like we're spending a tenth of our take home pay on food, like that might like send off a red flag or something like that. But I think that's feasible, and I don't think that that's too restrictive or too extravagant. I basically took Dominic's care I have to pay $15 for an after-school program, and I have to pay my mom $30 a week. During the summer, I pay my mom a little bit more because he doesn't have school, but then sometimes he does school. So I just took that 15 times 52 for whatever other expenses, and then I took the 30 times 52 for my mom. And this might be a little lower or a little bit higher, but that's just how I got the numbers, just because during the summer, I don't have to pay that after-school program. And sometimes during the year, I don't have to pay that after-school program. So I just think that, like, with whatever extra little expenses I might have, I think just timesing that 15 times 52 will take care of those. And then spending money, I lumped all of these together so that I didn't take up the whole page. So this is my spending, Alex's spending, and Dominic's spending. So I took his $30 that he gets per month times 12, and then I took our $100 times 52, which was $5,200. So this is quite expensive. I don't think that $100 is too much, but when I look at it as a yearly expense, I'm like, wow, maybe it is too much. But like I said, I don't have a lot of categories. We don't have date night. We don't have miscellaneous. We don't, like personal care. I just consider those needs. So like if I want makeup, or if I want to go get my nails done, or if Alex wants hair product, like he puts hair product in his hair, that all has to come out of his own spending money. So I feel like this could just seem like it's a lot, but it is covering a lot of different categories. I just consider it, I just call it spending, but it does house a lot of stuff. So, but that is a lot. I'm looking at it going, wow. Haircuts, I just took the 45 times 6 because they do it like every other month or so. So that's $270. And then personal care. Yeah, anything that comes out of these specific categories are more needs than wants. They're not, like, I don't buy, I buy like my face lotion and stuff in there. But like if I want a special, like if I want, like sometimes I put on the press-on nails for like an event, and then I like take them off like the same day. That comes out of my spending money. That doesn't come out of personal care or anything. So I have $360 for that. And then medical, I did up. This isn't, normally right now I've been putting like $40 in there, but I just came up with $1,560 for this, just in case like we need to go to x-rays or we have medical bills. I already basically took $284 out of this budget because we had a medical bill. So hopefully that's enough. It might not be, but I'm just thinking of like x-rays, or if we have to go to a specialist, or other medical expenses. Because other medical expenses I would say would only cost like maybe like $200, $300. So household, I got $420. And that's just like paper towels, laundry detergent, stuff like that. That one usually isn't too high. I buy most of my stuff at Sam's Club, and it lasts us quite a while. Fun, I'm putting $1,200 just because I thought that was about, we've been putting about $100 per month in there. I don't know if we're going to continue that or not, but just in case we do, I think $100 per month is good for just like going to the movies, or going to like a carnival or something in town, or stuff like that. And then clothing, I just said $800 because I feel like me and Alex don't really need clothes per se, but we do need new shoes every so often. And then with Dominic, he needs clothes like basically every season. So I would say like about like $100 per season, and then so that's $400, and then maybe $200 on shoes, because we do buy nicer shoes because we are on our feet for our whole 10-hour shift. We don't really sit down or anything, so we do need new shoes pretty often. So that is all I have for like budget items. These are ones that I do every single month, and then basically have them in my little cash envelope thing, and that's exactly where I got the numbers for this from. So if you're doing this yourself, just like look at what you do every single month. These aren't my sinking funds. My sinking funds we're going to do next. So that's what I have for yearly expenses. And this comes out to $27,190. So that's 34% of our take home. And then sinking funds. This one I kind of had to be a little bit more broad and I don't know, just kind of like winged the numbers, so they might be a little bit off or short or over or who knows. But basically I did Christmas, which is more than I just did my Christmas budget. I know, I'm crazy. But I think I'm going to have it at, is it in this one? Let me see real quick. I don't know if it's in this. Yeah, it's in this one. So I have $650 for our Christmas budget this year. So this one's a little over. It's like $200 over. But we might do the same thing that we did this year where we bought something for the house with some money. We bought a new kitchen table this year, so perhaps we could spend money on something like that. So I think $850 is fine, even though I've only budgeted $650 this year. So $850, and then gifts is like everything else. Christmas, birthdays, Easter, Valentine's Day, Father's Day, Mother's Day, stuff like that. And I'm going to put $500 in there. And then holidays and vacation. And I'm considering this more so Easter, maybe like we want to go do something for Easter, like go visit the Easter Bunny or something, and maybe like the pictures or something, or go to a pumpkin patch, or just, it's more so like things you do around the holidays more so than holidays, but this could include like decorations or whatever, and also vacations. And I do want to go on some sort of summer vacation, and I'm thinking $2,500 for all of that should be sufficient. And then car maintenance, I upped this one a little bit from last year just because all I had in car maintenance last year was just my car tax. I didn't have oil changes or anything like that in there, so I kind of figured out what like 2 oil changes would be for our cars and our car tags, and I came up with less than $900, but I just put $900 for car maintenance. And then Dominic miscellaneous. If you've watched some of my other videos, basically this is going to be like anything that children need that come up. And I just feel like lately a lot of my budgeted has been like, the school is having a school drive and they need this. Dominic has a project due and he needs this for the project. He broke his backpack. School supplies, just things that are like for your child. If you are a parent, you need to provide for them. So I'm going to put a little miscellaneous category for him, and it's $500. And then I just have another miscellaneous category, and this is like my Amazon Prime subscription. I'm putting glasses basically in a sinking fund right now. There could be something else that comes up like that. Like I could do my shoe inserts again when it gets like, I would say closer to like September. I wouldn't start that one now because they're only $80. I thought they were $100. But just for any other like miscellaneous thing that I do want to save the money for, just because it's like over $100. My shoe inserts I probably won't do that with again because they're $80. I thought they were $100. So, but yeah, like glasses, my Amazon Prime subscription, stuff like that. So I put $750 in there. And I think that's everything. I tried to go through like the whole year and just see like what exactly was coming up, like holidays and vacation. I could kind of consider like when we go to the Renaissance Festival that, but then I was like, no, I think that falls under fun. But I think I gave us a good enough budget in fun for the stuff like that, and then I budgeted for vacations. The medical I did up a little bit in case we did have to go to like medical things, and then I mean, why did I not put zeros on this one? Weird. I think I got everything. If you think of anything that I forgot, let me know down below. But I think I got everything. So that was my miscellaneous. And then, or that was my sinking funds. And then this yearly expense is $6,000. Which, how weird is that to equal exactly $6,000? But, and that's 8% of our take home. And then total budgeted, right now, if you add everything up, so I'm just going to put, it's so hard to write at the bottom of the page. So the total budgeted right now, we have $66,883.24. So with everything being budgeted, our total budget is this, and our emergency fund potential is this. So that leaves us with maybe possibly doing baby step 4 in 2019 as well. I don't want to put it down as like a goal just because what if, but I think that's really exciting to see. I didn't know that going into this year. I just kind of was like, yeah, the only thing we'll be able to do is really pay off the debt, and seeing this is really exciting. And I think that doing this really does help you see kind of like where all of your money is going, and barring anything happening, like if we did like get injured or something like that, I would say that this is really feasible. If you want to see like a video on me figuring out our emergency fund, I'll do it like super quick really here. But basically, if you look in January, I think this is where I'm going to get the number from anyway. If you look at January's budget, this is basically like the lowest budget, just because I don't start doing the big Optima payment until the end of until February. So if you take 4,198.56 and you don't start baby step 4 until, or 3, is it 3? 3, baby step 3 until you have your debt paid off. So I can take the Optima loan out of there, so 233.17, and then I can also take Alex's phone out of there because that'll be paid off. And I want to say it's like an extra, it's like 22 and 13, so 40. It's an extra $40. That's ridiculous. Because we pay for the insurance on his phone while we're paying it off, just in case something happened. I wouldn't want to have to re-buy a $700 or $800 phone. But with that being said, that's not $3,925.39. Because Dave Ramsey's baby step 3, basically it's 3 to 6 months. Where do you fall in 3 to 6 months? I would say that we would fall closer to the 3 months, just because both of us work full time and we both work at a company that has never laid off employees, has never not given us raises, has never, it's always on Forbes, like 500 best companies to work for, privately owned companies to work for. It's just a solid company, and the only thing, I would never like consider us like losing our jobs, but I could like possibly consider like someone injuring themselves and having to like go on disability for an amount of time. I could see something like that. So that being said, we would still have the other person's income. So that's why I'm saying 3 months is just fine and good. If it was just my income that we were going off of, I definitely would say we need 6 months, because if something did happen to me, if I broke my foot, I would need to be able to cover us like completely. But because we have both of our incomes and we both work full time, I definitely think three months is just dandy. So if I take that number that I figured out, the $3,925.39 times 3 is $11,776. So if we did what we said with the annual budget, it would be exactly what we need for baby step 4. So we could technically finish baby step 3. I'm getting them confused now. Baby step 2 would be done. This is baby step 2 basically, and baby step 3 would be done. So we could basically start on baby step 4 in 2020. That would be so exciting. But that's what I got for today's video. I'm sorry it was a little longer and more space cadet-y, but who doesn't like videos like that? Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you think of anything that I forgot, or want to see, maybe I could try to do one that's like for a little bit lower income or something like that. If you wanted, just let me know in the comments down below. I'm always up for suggestions or anything, and I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.